There are moments in life that don't arrive with drama. No music, no warning, just a vibration in your pocket that quietly decides the rest of your night. Mine came on a Tuesday, late, the kind of late where the world feels settled, like nothing important is supposed to happen anymore. I was sitting at my desk, the lamp casting a soft circle of light over unfinished paperwork, when my phone lit up beside my keyboard. An unknown number. No name. No location. Normally, I wouldn't have hesitated. Unknown numbers stopped meaning anything to me months ago. After 7 months of silence, I trained myself not to wonder, not to hope, not to reopen doors I'd finally managed to close. I had learned how to live without answers. That's why I almost ignored it. Almost. The phone stopped buzzing. Then, a second later, it buzzed again. Not a call this time. A voicemail notification. I stared at it longer than I should have. My chest tightened, not from panic, but from recognition. Some instincts don't die. They just go quiet. I pressed play. There was no hello. No epaligi. Just her voice, controlled, familiar, entitled. Let me in. I'm outside. That was it. 7 months. 210 days of silence. And she spoke like the clock had stopped the moment she walked out. Before I go any further, let me ask you something. If you've ever had someone disappear from your life, cut ties, burn bridges, vanish without explanation, and then reappear as if nothing changed. If you've ever been treated like an option someone expected to reclaim once their first choice fell apart, then you already understand why my hand shook slightly as I stood up from my desk. And if you've lived that experience, you already know this story isn't about revenge. It's about control. I walked to the front window and pulled the curtain back just enough to see the porch. There she was, Laura, arms folded tight across her chest, chin lifted, shoulders squared like she was bracing against resistance she didn't believe she'd actually face. She was wearing confidence the same way she always had, like armor. Not because she felt strong, but because she expected the world to bend before her. She looked exactly like someone who believed the door would open simply because she said it should. 7 months earlier, she had walked out of our marriage without looking back. No counseling, no pause, no discussion, just a speech she'd clearly rehearsed long before she packed her bags. She told me I was safe, predictable, that I made her feel trapped. She said she needed more excitement, more danger, more sky. I remember her exact words because they burned themselves into my memory. You're the ground I stand on while I learn how to fly, Jack. At the time, I thought that meant I mattered. Turns out, it meant I was something she planned to step on. I didn't open the door because she asked. I opened it because I wanted to see if that woman still existed or if reality had finally caught up to her. The door barely cleared the latch before she brushed past me. Didn't wait for an invitation. Didn't hesitate. Didn't ask permission. That was mistake number 1. You can't just show up like this, I said, closing the door behind her. We need to talk. We are talking, she replied, already scanning the living room like she was taking inventory. Then she stopped. The house had changed. Gone were the warm neutrals she insisted on. The decorative clutter. The furniture chosen to impress guests rather than serve function. In its place were clean lines. Dark wood. Steel and glass. A space that felt deliberate. Mine. I had stripped the house down to bare walls a month after she left. Not in anger. Not to erase her. But to remember myself. Every piece that remained had a purpose. Nothing existed just to please someone else. She turned slowly, eyes narrowing. You redecorated, she said, like I'd committed a crime. Turns out I have decent taste, I replied, when I'm not being corrected every 5 minutes. She ignored the comment and sat down on the couch. My couch, one she'd never seen before. I stayed standing. I know things ended badly, she said carefully. Badly. I let out a short laugh. The sound surprised even me. You told me I was boring, I said. You told me you felt trapped. You told me you needed someone who lived on the edge. She shifted. Good. Discomfort suited her. I was emotional, she said. People say things they don't mean. No, irrebliacomely. You said exactly what you meant. She looked up at me then. Really looked. You don't understand what I went through after I left. And you don't understand something important, I said. This isn't your house anymore. Her brow furrowed. What do you mean? Check the deed. The color drained from her face. Her name had been removed the day after she left. Same with the accounts. Insurance. Utilities. Everything. You can't do that without telling me, she said, standing slowly. I sent the paperwork to your mother's address, I replied. You never responded. Her mouth opened, then closed. Whatever plan she'd rehearsed was unraveling fast. I came here to explain what happened with Derek, she said. Of course she did. Derek, the man with the motorcycles and cliff dives. The man who turned danger into applause. The man who was everything I wasn't supposed to be. I saw the news, I said. Her jaw tightened. Pool accident, I added. Big party. Bad outcome. It's more complicated than that. I'm sure it is, I replied. But here's the thing. I don't care. That was the moment desperation cracked her composure. He can't work anymore, she said. The bills are overwhelming. I thought maybe. You thought you could come back, I finished for her. Silence. You really think I'm that pathetic? I asked. I think you're a good man, she said softly. You keep your word. We made vows. I laughed. I couldn't help it. Don't quote promises you broke, I said. You don't get to burn the bridge and then ask me to carry you across the river. Her voice shifted. Sweeter now. I've changed. What changed? I asked. Your values or your finances? That landed. She had no answer. I'm not asking to fix us, she said finally. I'm asking for help. No. One word. Clear. Solid. She grabbed her purse, anger replacing fear. You're really going to be this cold? I'm being clear, I replied. There's a difference. She stopped at the door. You'll regret this. I regret wasting 3 years on someone who saw me as a backup plan, I said. This, I won't regret. She left without another word. I locked the door, went back to my desk, and returned to my work like nothing had happened. 7 months ago, her leaving shattered me. That night, her return didn't even slow my pulse. And that's how I knew something had finally changed.